the updated version of, can everybody see that screen? Do I need to make things bigger?
You can see it.
Please.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's too small. No, I'm too old for that.
Oh, well, you just have to live with it. Cheers, RCA with the menu, and it pops up this super duper new menu that I've got. What I was saying was I've updated it so that the fact there've been a couple of updates. The first two I showed last week, but FTP works now. I'm not going to bother showing the FTP because I'm going to connect into IBM things. But basically, it runs the same as this database. We changed. Jill and I had quite some discussion about behind the scenes. There are some environment variables that you need to use to set up for FTP and for database, and they are now I've changed their name to be TSO_user ID, which should be blatantly obvious as to what it is, as opposed to its previous name of regular user. And the other one is now TSO_password. There you go. So that's your password to get into the mainframe. And there's also a TSO_server, which is where you're connecting into. So once those things are set up, you can FTP and go and grab a particular data set, and then it gets processed. Similarly, you can use option 4 and reprocess a particular data set. This one is currently defaulting to the local directory, current working directory. And then you can select from a little menu which one you want to use. Something like where is that pointing to? Oh, that's not actually pointing in the right place. Base directory name. Oh, I'm in the wrong screen. I'm in the wrong one. I've got two screens here, and this is the one I really meant to play with. Cheers. That confused me. RCA minus menu. That's better. Now if I go into there, the base directory will show me the ones that I had before. There's some of the ones that we already processed. So I can select number 1 and run to reprocess it, and away it'll go doing things and pop up the picture. Woohoo! And there's the contents of the thing that it's reprocessed. I can also, if you go back a level, these back things work now. You can open the flows directory, which really is just a way of opening the on a Windows machine. It'll pop up your file explorer. I haven't made it work on a Mac yet to pop up the finders, what they call it on a Mac. But that just gives you the raw picture of what's inside there. You then need some prior knowledge to know how to go into, for instance, the one that we just looked at, I think was in there. And you have to go and you have to know to open that file there to pop up the results. But I also have a little item 6, which will pop up that list basically of those directories in there. And so if I were to select number 2, boom, that would pop up the list, the thing that we just already seen, and that was the thing to the results of what was there before. That's kind of what I've added. The other things that I've added were My screen's just gone off because my heater's kicked in. Where I have the default mode for the run control analyzer has changed slightly. In here, I've got a bunch of directories that have different different run control sets. Things like art all menu something. Let's change to art all. See, and inside there, there's the run control set. If I just run GenevaERS RCA with no commands, no anything, it will look locally to find things and assume that they're there and process them and generate them there. And you can see the contents of what was in that set of views. And you'll find that it's created a local directory called an RCA directory, and that one is doing everything locally and not putting them into the repository. It doesn't means that they're not saved in the general repository of prior processed views. That's what I've done with regards to RCA.
It just keeps getting better and better.
But wait, there's more. With regard to one of the things I do, I have is a scheme whereby I can take Java MR91 and the old C++ MR91, and I process views. In this case, the bottom 5 views here are the demo views, and I process one through the C++ and generate the run control set. Then I process the others through Java MR91, and then I have some scripts that compare them and produce this report telling me where they match and where they don't. And it's spitting distance of working with Java MR91. There's a slight difference in here. This is the JLT, and the difference is that it's preserving the content code from the source field. I'm about to fix that, and that will disappear, and then the JLT will match. And the other one that causes a problem, and that's the same error in that one. And the XLT has a difference in that I'm not processing multi-step joins properly. LUSM doesn't have the right go-tos, and the LKE is coming out as an LKE, not an LKL, and so I've got a little bit of work to do on multi-step joins. Apart from that, it's matching. I can very soon, hopefully, be able to take the demo XML, workbench XMLs, and run them through Java MR91 and produce the right things. Then we need to try and build it and make it work on the mainframe. And Jeff and I did some work months ago about actually making things work on running from USS, and I shall try and resurrect that. And then we could be close to getting it there. At least in terms of making the demos run. There are still some functions that we need to add to Java MR91. In particular, the processing of the format phase calculations and format phase filters. And within IBM world, we're going to do sort key title things as well. Grumble, grumble. And that's enough from me.
Very impressive.
Looks great, Ian.